Hello, my name's Todd Lees, Managing Director of Latima Brokerage, and welcome to our weekly video wire. I haven't had a wire out in the last couple of weeks because I've been travelling in the Northern Hemisphere, mainly doing a crop tour of the Baltic region and the United Kingdom, primarily focused on the pulses, faba beans and yellow peas. You can see I'm standing in a faba bean paddock here in the UK. I'm about 60 kilometres south of Nottingham, which is in Midlands, prime farming area in the Midlands area of the UK. This is probably a winter variety crop. It's well advanced. The plant stands probably 1.2 metres high. It's flowering and it's in the early stages of potting. The Baltic region is not quite so advanced as the crops in the UK. They are planted later due to a very dry spring, and so they're likely to be harvested later than the UK crops this year, probably coming in around late August, September, whereas this crop here and many of the other fields should be able to begin their harvest by about mid-August. In Australia, you've probably heard that it's pretty dry at the moment. We haven't had rain in the past few weeks, and there's no rain on the agenda for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So all eyes are on the skies there. A few concerns about productivity. Wheat production estimates have already come back from about 26 million tonnes down towards the 20 million tonne mark. It is very dry in Western Australia, South Australia and Victoria. What's it mean for pulses? Not as severe at this point in time, as we know that the desis are grown in New South Wales and Queensland. So still a watching brief there, but some concerns there for the faba bean and lentil crops, which are primarily or predominantly grown in Victoria and South Australia. From a pricing perspective, yellow faba bean crops in the Northern Hemisphere, there's probably a $10 spread between buyer and seller pricing ideas. Sellers are more at the 265 FOB level, whereas buyers are at the 255 FOB level. Yellow peas are indicated around $280 FOB out of the Baltics. For old crop chickpeas in Australia, Desi chickpeas, we're at about $870 for July shipment. And for new crop, well, it's not trading a lot to the destination markets. There's very few inquiries actually, but there is still quite a very strong domestic demand and domestic trade of the Desi chickpeas new crop. Latest trades there were at an equivalent of about $740 CFR subcontinent. Well, that's it this week. Obviously everybody will be watching the skies to see whether we get rain, both in Australia and even some parts of the Northern Hemisphere over the next period of time. So I look forward to updating you again next week as to the state of play, re those crops, and have a great weekend and look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.